Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Urza Masters Magic. So we're having a bit of a difficulty with attrition here. We've attrited one of our best heroes, whose name I've already forgotten. He's not here anymore. And so we don't have any spellcasting heroes anymore, unfortunately. We'll have to wait until we can get more in order to have that capability. We can summon more short term if we really want to start spamming summon hero. But I'd rather wait until we can get summon champions. We actually get good heroes and not just some schmucks that would want to give us normally. That said, we do have people like Shuri, who is pretty good. And Tumu, who is also pretty good. With his very strong attack, +5 to hit, lots of defense. Even more defense, very strong range attack. So what we're going to be doing here is probably heading towards this wizardry tower, which does have phantom beasts, which I'm pretty sure we can handle. We're also going to in the future inspect this particular cave, because I want to see exactly how many stone giants are in there. And evaluate it for possible conquering as well. Let's take a look at our domestic economic situation. We're building paladins over here in our capital of Exeter, coming in every 3 turns. Oh, whoops. And a few cities currently building housing. Because you already have the farmer's market, right? And you're building a university in 4. Animus Skilled Temple. That's going to take a little while. How are we doing on food? Oh, I hit the next turn button. That's fine. I'm basically set. I'm running a mana deficit right now because I have so much of it. There's really not much of a reason not to. We're going to build a farmer's market. And you're also going to build a... Although you have unrest problems, so you're going to want to build a spearman. And we'll just buy that for 100. And we'll cure our stack of paladins over here with the Nature's Cures spell. And then we'll start wondering what we want to cast next. So, enchant item, we can enchant some more items for our heroes. That's always a possibility. Chaos channel. So, we don't have any... Oh, we do. We have one more. Okay. These 3 elite paladin units already have been chaos channeled, so we're going to cast another one, which is going to take some time, on this final unit of paladins here, just so we can move further towards that magic of having an all-chaos army. And we're going to inspect a few stone giants. We'll see exactly what it means by a few, because they lied to us last time. And so these stone giants have a rather potent stone-throwing attack. And as you can see, they whittled down our Dark Elf Spearmen pretty substantially. Not as much as I would have guessed, though. I'm surprised the unit is even still standing facing 4 of those. But we're just going to flee, and we'll see if we actually successfully flee. We do. And this unit of sprites is probably toast. Actually, you should go back into the town so that you're not... Well, we can have a 3rd spearman, that's okay. In fact, we might want to have a 4th one eventually. But I will inspect many stone giants. Yeah, we'll not enter there. Because I don't like the word of many. And we already know this place is a death trap, Death Knights. We do not want to go there at all. Not happening. We'll wait next turn because we want to be able to Chaos Channel our Paladins before we go in there with our somewhat large army. I wouldn't say it's a huge army. Actually, we might want to bring our sprites in just to give the those giants something to attack. And because my summoning circle is already here, I might want to buy things like war bears, giant spiders. I mean, just stuff that can soak damage. I don't know if they'll actually... It all depends on what those giants actually choose to attack with their stone throwings. I'm slightly worried that my heroes are going to be vulnerable to that, but Shuri here in her 16 points of armor is probably okay. Especially once I'm in combat and I can cast... what is it? There's the thing that makes your warp reality. There we go. 50 mana though, which means I'm not going to have enough skill to cast much else, because I don't have a wizard here to help me cast spells. Incidentally, I've reduced our mana accumulation to 0, as I've already mentioned. Our research is up to 286, and we're going to try to increase our skill every other turn going forward. Both because it's helpful in combat and because eventually we're going to need that skill to cast Spell of Mastery. In terms of research, we have 4 turns to go on Disintegrate, which is going to be really good, because that's a handy spell, and I like having it. There's a number of creatures that you just snap your fingers and it goes away. You're in need of the spell Gorgons. Perhaps you'd be willing to exchange it for another spell. Not for any of that garbage. No, thank you. Probably this one, I think, is the one. Alright, and so this unit is also Flying Paladins. So we have 2 squads of Flying Paladins, 2 of Fire-Breathing Paladins. I think we can handle the... Okay, so I'll actually move this way. So that we can pick up the entire thing. And actually, we can move and pick up the Spearmen also, but that seems kind of lame. We'll send you back to base. Okay, so they killed my sprites, which I'm totally okay with, and they killed 2 units of my non-chaos channeled paladins here, which I'm okay with. I am going to cast... Actually, before I cast that, I should do my... So 2 move. You have 5 points of movement because you have endurance, which increases your movement speed thanks to this Gideon's plate. Oh, and then 2 more movement points. Wow, it's like super movement. Okay. So you took 1 point of damage, and you killed 1 warbear and dealt 3 damage to the other. I mean, I was kind of expecting a little more, but I guess that's okay. Shuri, on the other hand, and her ranged attack is also subject to range penalties, but she has +5 to hit. Yeah, she killed 1 warbear and didn't touch the other. It's not worth trying to kill stone giants at this range. But because we've already made our attacks, we're going to cast Warp Reality now. All non-chaos units, enemy or friendly, will have a -2 to their chance to hit. And yes, that will include these stone giants, so it will make their future stone throwing endeavors much less successful. And as for my Chaos Paladins, as I guess I'm going to start calling them, we're just going to march them forward. Attacking that with Tumu seems not wise. So what we're going to do is move over here and try to take out this last unit there. There we go. And that one also. While Shuri will take a low percentage shot on this stone giant and deal no damage at all. It's a complete bust. So everyone else is going to, again, rush forward. And the giants are fresh out of boulders, so they're going to have to come forward and try to hit me with those gigantic clubs of theirs. Again, I've already gone over how suicidal attacking them in hand-to-hand with Tumu will be, especially because they have poison immunity, and a lot of his attack strength is in poison. That attack, with not quite as large a to-hit penalty, does do 4 damage. And we're going to take our paladins here and hopefully chew up this giant. Oh yeah, look at that. Chew it up they did. They're making short work of them. You can just stand there and look pretty, as can you. Yeah, they're not interested in even attacking me. Okay, so we get a Fame, and we've collected a Petrify spell and also a Chainmail. Yep, more armor for me to use. +3 defense, +3 movement, +3 resistance. Elemental armor as the elemental armor spell. So this one is more defense, but not as many ancillary bonuses. I mean, the +3 movement's pretty good for her because it allows her to get into effective melee or ranged attack range much faster. And of course, resistance is also always a nice thing. And does she already have the elemental armor? Increase your defenses to Chaos and Nature magic by 10 each. So you're basically immune to those spells. It's not elemental armor and resist elements are not the same thing, incidentally, just in case anyone's curious about that. So we have more armor than we know what to do with. We might need to try to find more heroes. And as for the Petrify spell, I'm not super happy with that spell. It's sort of, I mean, it sounds cool. Turn somebody to stone. Whoops. But it's subject to a resistance roll. And most of the things you'd want to spend 35 mana to try to turn to stone are going to be able to easily resist it. Much better to spend 50 mana and get an automatic success with Disintegrate. So the question now is, do I want to go into this nature node? And given how successful we were a moment ago, I'm thinking the answer to that is yes. However, we're going to want to cast a... whoops, not that one. We're going to want to cast another Nature's Cures to get everyone back up to full health. And we're going to need to fix our food situation because we're running a food deficit, and that is not good. We don't like that. So we need to find some city with an Animist guild. I think these all do have them. I mean, it'll slow down your Wizard's guild a little bit, but not much to do about it. Oh, although it's only 1 food at this point. Yeah, you're into the food... Right, okay, so this point here is the food diminishing return. There is a point where you get diminishing returns with your farmers. There's only so much arable land around you, and if you have too many farmers, you'll start getting only 1 food per farmer rather than 2. And you do have an animist skill, and you're going to get that in 1 turn, so we can actually... Wow. We can have you all on farming, and you're still going to get that in 1 turn. Okay, I guess it's some free money. Moving right along then. Oh, actually, before I do that, we should take a look here. So this guy's now calm. He doesn't have any new spells for me, but he might be willing to give me an alliance at this point. No, maybe not. Okay. Well, he's up to calm on a scale from relaxed, calm, peaceful, friendly, harmony. His relations are gradually going up, both because I have a wizard pact with him, and because of my gradual Aura of Majesty effect. But he's not quite ready to do that yet. He's also found a death book at some point, which is a little bit interesting. His having a death book is going to have a diplomatic implication. People with death books generally don't get along with other wizards, and the more death books you have, the more profound that effect. Conversely, people with white spell books are much more willing to get along with other people. Like, Horus here is quite easy to get along with. I'm very curious why he chose to have an alliance with this other wizard who has a death book. Usually white and black wizards don't get along at all. Oh, good grief. More of that. Okay. So we've got our Mechanicians Guild. And that means we're probably going to build a Wizards Guild. Unless we want to build a Parthenon and go down the route of... well, we do have iron ore there, so maybe we do. We'll go ahead and build a Parthenon. And we'll send some Nature's Cures their way. Now I know there's a, I noticed there's like a marauding trolls wandering around somewhere that, there we go, okay. 1 unit of spearmen versus my 1 unit of spearmen. That will be kind of interesting. I'm going to let them attack me rather than the other way around if they choose to do so. Are there any last-second combat enchantments I want to try? I don't think so. Mostly we need, like... So I can do things like Giant Strength, Water Walking. Where our Giant Strength might not be a terrible idea. Eldritch Weapon, I think this spell is too expensive for what it is. But it's good against armored opponents or those with weapon immunity. But we already have armor piercing, so it's kind of... Oh, we have another elite unit, though. This paladin has crossed the threshold, and so we need to cast another Chaos Channels. And you got fire breathing. So we got 3 fire breathings and 2 flyings, which is pretty good. So we'll go on in and hopefully not get immediately blown to bits. Oh my. I just murdered my hero. Wow, and Shuri is down to 3 hit points. Goodness gracious. Because they have a small bonus here for that. And okay, so what we're going to need to do immediately is recall hero. so they can't try any of this nonsense. So some of these are flying, and I need to figure out which of those they are, because they're the ones that need to go up against the cockatrices. Although I suppose it doesn't much matter at this point. Actually, Fire Breath is good against them also, so... And because they're magic immune, the stoning attacks aren't going to do anything. Oh, they just killed one of my units. That's no fun. Stop killing my units. I mean, paladins are much easier to replace than heroes are. We're going to cast another Warp Reality. That ought to even the playing field a little bit. And I still have 13 points of casting skill, but nothing all that useful I can cast with it. But I believe we should be able to kill these stone giants, especially because we've cast Warp Reality, so their chance to hit is going to be reduced. Wow, that was not the result I was hoping for. I mean, we are killing it, but we're taking some losses here. So we're going to have to find another... We might need to beef people up a little bit. Phantom Warriors probably aren't going to do anything. We might want to try a Giant Strength spell. They're running after the single unit. Okay, so we want you to attack this guy. Actually, this guy. And this guy. Okay? You're going to continue running away because you're almost dead. And you're a flying, so... Yeah, you're the only fire-breathing one I have currently. In addition to having the giant strength. And these stone giants are all at full health, which is annoying. Okay, so this unit has been weakened substantially as well. And you're just going to play Keep Away. Okay, so we gain a fame. Magic items must be redistributed. Okay, that's fine. We'll just throw these all in the vault. And we also find 604 mana crystals, a prisoner, and an axe. Jair the Wind Mage. Is that so? Well, a 0 EP hero is kind of... But any hero with the word mage in their title is going to be pretty good. You have wind walking. Wow, it allows the unit and all stacked with it to fly? Whoa, that's amazing! Okay, sign him up. Sign him up already. You also can cast Word of Recall and Guardian Wind. Almost totally immune to arrow and sling attacks. Wow, I wish I had that spell a moment ago. I could have really used it. Anyway, yes, I will totally accept. So, +5 attack, Doom ignores armor, and Death save at -3 or die. Whoa, that is quite good. And I don't think you can use it. So it's just going to unfortunately sit here until I can find an appropriate hero to use it. So this is +5 attack. Your attacks ignore armor and save at -3 or die. Now I really wish I had my assassin still around, because that would have been really, really good. And Shuri, I don't think got the experience points because I had to evacuate her from combat. But okay, there you are. Shuri is still in here. And she's not going to be doing anything. So we're going to lick our wounds for a little bit. We're going to need some more paladins to replace our losses. Fortunately, we're well on our way towards doing that. Nice. Move over here. We're 3 turns away. Oh, we actually did just create one. So we're probably going to want to, if I have the mana, Word of Recall. And we're going to build another unit of priests, actually, just because we have so much pollution going on. We're going to need like 2 people cleaning it up. Stone Giant and Warbears. I wonder, how many is it? It's many. Okay, so that's going to be about as difficult as the last one. So yeah, you should go in the town. Oh, this is also a green node, so I need to get a magic spirit on the scene as well. Okay, yeah, totally. You all in the meantime can just go in here and sit around for a moment. Oh, you're building spearmen. Stop doing that. Build a farmer's market instead. You need one of those. And we'll front the money for it as well. Actually, having the entire stack here is probably not a good idea because I don't want to overstack the square the city is in, because you can never have more than 9 units in a single square. And at some point I'm going to want to cast Resist Elements on you. 10 MP caster. We're also going to want to cast Enchant Item to give you some useful item enchantments. Yeah, you can just keep patrolling for now. That's fine. Okay, this unit of spearmen really wants a piece of me. And wow, it's completely identical sides here. However, I have the advantage of being a spellcaster. So what I'm going to do is just ever so slightly tilt the odds in my favor. Wow, he has 1 EP more than I do. And the way that I'm going to do that is, let's see, so what? 3 armor, 4 attack. We'll try Giant Strength. Ought to do the job. It's probably the cheapest of these options that'll actually give us a presumably decisive advantage. There we go. Words and wisdom. I am awed by the wonders of Enchant Item. What can we offer you for its secret? You don't have Enchant Item? I mean, I guess I'll trade it to you for Nagas. I mean, it's an arcane spell. He's going to be able to get it anyway, so he might as well get a free spell out of it. So we have now a university in Ashwall. Very good. And now I guess you can build a bank. Because I'm greedy and like money. And you've built a farmer's market, so good. Now I think the time is up for you to build some settlers. We'll wait a turn to make that substantially cheaper. Word of Recall. We're going to Word of Recall our paladins. Back to the front. And you're going to go over here and start purifying that corruption. I'm also going to need Nature's Cures. There's so many spells I'm going to need. It's kind of silly just how many I need. Magic Spear, that's definitely a high priority. We're going to get that over to the node post-haste. And by post-haste, I mean right the frack now. Get in there. Meld it up. Wow, look at all of that magical power. So we should retweak this. We want to be generating 79 or so. 82 is actually what it's going to be. Our research speed is through. Actually, that reminds me. We are 1 turn away for Disintegrate, 282. So we should arrange it like that so we don't have any research wastage. Now, the question is... Oh, I need to enchant items. I need to... I think the top priority right now is Nature's Cures, actually. So we'll get started on that as we make our way over here to... excuse me, to the Phantom Beasts. And you can join your other brethren here. Yeah, this is really good for green creatures. If so the Death Knights and Wraiths are inside a green field, so I might have some success with an army of green summons, like Gorgons, for instance. Now, they're not going to turn anybody to stone, but they are just going to be really beefy units. To the maximum extent I can. I don't think anything in there is going to be disintegratable. Which is a cool new ability that we now have to disintegrate things. So we can research regeneration. Summon champion. Oh, yes. That is something. Oh, and create artifact. Wow, those are both good spells that we want, but we definitely want summon champion more urgently right now. And Taran is not happy with our war. He wants to call a peace treaty. I guess I'm okay with that. So now you want to have an alliance. Okay, sure. I mean... and for all the lot good it does me, Bashan over here now has a few more stat points. And we're going to Nature's Cures our stack over here. Get them back to full fighting force. And we're going to try to make some more paladins, because those are really good. Or actually, do I want to build a war college instead? I think that's the pick here. I probably should have done that before I started making more, but... eh. So we should now put all of our points back into research. So we're getting 406 a turn. It's going to take 4 turns to get Summoned Champion. So with our Animists Guild, we're going to want... And do we have any Unrest? We don't. Wizards Guild, maybe? Or a Cathedral. We could go for more Paladins. I don't know how much we need more Paladins, though. Wizards Guild probably is better. Because I'm really liking that 8 spell research points. And wow, I have so much food. How did I get so much food? Hey you, start... Oh, because you built an Animist Guild. That's why I have so much food. Okay. So we can have... Oh, and you have some rebels going on in here. In 3 turns you're going to have this Parthenon, so I probably don't need to throw money at it. I can always turn my money into mana 2 to 1, so this is actually about 2,600 additional mana worth of gold I have sitting here that I can get if I need to. So Krong has gotten a Mechanician's Guild. Now you can't build Paladins, which is a shame. You can build Wizards Guild, so we're going to get that. And you got another Animist Guild, so we're going to have another food overflow situation. How about a university? And York built a temple. You were going to want a alchemist guild? No? How about a university? That's probably better. So I probably have a food shortfall, so I'm going to want to take our... we'll have some more farmers in Oxford. Yep, now we're at food neutral. And Shadow Demon. So we're definitely going to want... enchantments. Where's the, here we go. Resist elements. We're definitely going to want Jair to have that spell. Yeah, you can't wear any armor. You get a sword. I mean, you get a staff and some rings. We probably don't want you to go in there, though, is the issue. Oh, no, Phantom Beasts. They don't have ranged attacks. I'm confusing them with something else. At any rate, yeah, you can go in for that. That's totally fine. So we got a bunch of these phantom things. Do I have anything with illusions immunity? Oh, do these things have illusion immunity? They do not. So but I can even the odds by just making some more. I can cast Warp Reality, of course. And this guy has 10 MP, so you can actually cast something. Guardian Wind, that's actually quite good. Firebolt, Giant. Yeah, we can't do... Oh, Phantom Warriors. Let's cast some Phantom Warriors. That's probably a good idea. Okay, well, they did some damage. Which is something, I guess. Paladins just go straight ahead. That did some damage. Oh, he's trying to flank around our sides here, and that's not ideal because I don't want him beating up on our spellcasters. Okay, so they made short work. More short work. Sure, you get in there and fire a shot at this Phantom Beast at full efficiency. Kills half of it. Whoops. I mean, that's fine, but... You're done. Move once, and you're done. Jared, you can just stand there. We should be able to quite easily finish the rest of these. Alright, so we get another fame point. We find an awareness spell and a chainmail. Chainmail of resistance. I have so many items, I've almost completely filled my fortress vault, if you can believe it. With items that my current heroes cannot actually equip. And awareness was actually already in our research queue. That's the spell that reveals all cities. And I do get a discount to cast it because it is an arcane spell. If I can find it in here. Oh, there we go. 375 MP, 3 mana per turn upkeep. It's normally 500, only costs me 375. And now, rampaging monsters. Oh, a demon, zombies, ghouls, skeletons, werewolves, zombies. Wow, I think I'm gonna like try to run away from that. So we have hellhounds, giant spiders. And you have a magic spirit there. I mean, that's a small node. It's probably not worth going to war over. Okay, yeah, there's some easy stuff here. Let's take a look at our magical... Oops, not the mirror. The astrologer. So my army strength now equals that of Tauron. And my power production and spell power grossly outmatch him. So I'm happy to report. How are our cities doing? You have 16 on a Wizard's Guild. I might want to consider buying this. No, we're good. We do have a rebel, though, which I'm not altogether happy with. Some of these universities are expensive, but it's okay. You wish to know the secret of chaos channels. Forget it. The Anytime your cast is gonna get a level, it's always a good day. Hellgate now has 7 people in it. Yeah, 23, it takes 60 to get to the next level. Death Knights, we don't want anything to do with that. Now, we don't really care about this rampaging monster pack either. We do, however, want to get at this group of hellhounds. And so what's the implication there of the hellhound? Yeah, I mean, it's just quite easy. So we're just gonna make our way there, and he does have some units guarding that node. Right, why do I have only you? Yeah, I don't want you to be the only one. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, because your movement is just ridiculous. That's what's happening here. Okay. And we're currently not casting anything, which is unacceptable. We need to start casting stuff. I guess we're gonna want to cast enchant item. Although, in one turn we're gonna have. Oh wow, we did not do that correctly. We're gonna have a bunch of research wastage, which is fine. We'll just dump it all into skill. Yeah, if only I had it this turn, then it would have been better, but I mean, I guess we can cast enchant item and try to get some kind of amulet of spell skill. Wizardry and resist elements and +3 resistance. I mean, it's going to take a long time to make something this powerful. Resistance is probably not going to be a problem for him, but he's going to want some defense. Oh, minus spell saves. That might be useful later. Yeah, just this is fine. Yeah, it's going to take 7 turns to get there, but it'll be a pretty useful item. And now we have our Summon Champion. Oh my, we can research Spell of Mastery at this moment, because we've reached the total end of our research list. And at this moment, it would take 347 turns to do it, which, needless to say, is a long time. You get your discount on this is going to be equal to like half the sum total of all the other research you did. And as you can see, it's banishes all opponent wizards to limbo, and you win. Enemy wizards lose their ability to cast any spells, and all summoned creatures come into your control. Successfully casting the Spell of Mastery ends the game in a glorious victory for the caster. Well, that's our objective at this point. Air Elemental is a pretty good spell. So is Regeneration, as it turns out. I think I'd rather go for Regeneration, although in Create Artifact's pretty good. We're going to want Regeneration. And Bremen has a Parthenon now, which is good. So I guess you can start building a cathedral. And we're going to call that an episode here. And I'm not happy that this blue guy decided to put a city there. But, I mean, I guess there's worse things. Thank you all so much for watching. Join me next time when we're going to go attack this cave here. And also this dungeon. And also this chaos node. And also these ruins. We're going to conquer all of that here. And we'll do that next episode. Thank you all for watching. Good night.